This is the October 2012 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. My name is Jeff Robinson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency of the Iowa Legislature. This video will cover Iowa net general fund revenue for the first 4 months of cash fiscal year 2013, and I will also discuss the impact of pending federal individual income tax changes on fiscal year 2013 Iowa general fund revenue. Over the months of July through October, Iowa net general fund revenue increased $185.1 million, up a significant 10.3% compared to the same 4 months last year. The month of October alone produced $62.3 million in net general fund revenue growth. At the end of October, there are no obvious deposit timing issues influencing the annual comparisons, so the 10.3% represents a true picture of the net fiscal year 2013 revenue growth. So far, the fiscal year has produced good individual income tax and sales and use tax growth and continued very strong growth in corporate income tax receipts. An additional positive contributor has been a decline in tax refunds issued. Let's now have a look at net receipts by month over the most recent 13 months. For the following charts, the underlying numbers have not been adjusted for any calendar or processing issues. Revenue increase months are colored blue, decrease months are red. Net general fund revenue has now increased 11 of the past 13 months, with revenue increasing at an average monthly rate of $45 million over the past 6 months. Individual income tax revenue is the largest source of general fund revenue, and over the past 6 months, gross individual income tax revenue increased 4.8%. Sales and use tax revenue has shown a similar pattern to individual income tax, with 11 growth months in the past year and 6.7% growth over 6 months. Corporate tax growth has been significant for 18 months now, with increases exceeding 25% in 8 of the past 12 months. The most recent 6 months have produced 24.6% gross corporate revenue growth. The Revenue Estimating Conference, or REC, met on October 11th to revise the existing general fund estimate for fiscal year 2013 and to establish the first estimate for fiscal year 2014. The fiscal year 2013 estimate for net general fund revenue, excluding transfer revenue, was $6,385.9 million, 3% higher than fiscal year 2012 actual receipts. You will note that the rate of growth through October, 10.3%, far exceeds the projected 3% growth for the entire fiscal year. I will now discuss the main reason for the difference between the actual growth and projected growth going forward. Iowa allows individuals to deduct 100% of federal income taxes they pay from their income prior to calculating their Iowa income tax liability. This is commonly referred to as federal deductibility. During the 2000s, Congress enacted many tax reduction provisions that reduced federal income taxes owed. While those actions reduced the amount of federal taxes individuals pay, they have resulted in less federal tax to deduct from Iowa income and therefore higher state income taxes. Those federal tax reductions enacted during the 2000s are set to expire at the end of December. Without federal action to modify or extend the expiring provisions, federal taxes will go up, and consequently, state income taxes owed will go down. But this is not a foregone conclusion, as Congress could enact provisions changing the outcome during the congressional session after the election or in the immediate days after the new Congress convenes in January. The October REC had to make assumptions as to what will happen to those expiring provisions, and the REC based their projections on federal law as it currently stands. The REC assumed that all federal tax reduction provisions with a large impact on fiscal year 2013 will expire at the end of January. What this means to the REC projection for fiscal year 2013 is that beginning January 2013, the stream of Iowa income tax will be reduced noticeably as federal individual income taxes increase. The assumed revenue reduction associated with the federal tax changes is $90 million in fiscal year 2013, with all of that impact falling in the final 6 months of the fiscal year. This issue also impacts the fiscal year 2014 general fund revenue estimate, and to a much more significant degree. The REC will again have a chance to address the federal tax situation at its December meeting, and should Congress have acted on the issue by then, more clarity will be available for the December estimate revision. If congressional action results in the extension of many or all of the federal provisions prior to the next REC meeting, the REC will likely raise the fiscal year 2013 and 2014 estimates accordingly. In summary, the first 4 months of cash fiscal year 2013 have shown very good early growth on a cash basis at 10.3% year over year. The unadjusted growth rates by month have been July 23.6%, August 2.3%, September 7.9%, and October 15.4%. Currently, net general fund revenue growth exceeds the pace projected at the October 11 REC meeting, but if federal taxes do significantly increase as current law dictates, then we should expect the general fund growth rate to deteriorate beginning sometime in early calendar year 2013. What actually happens after December 31st depends significantly on congressional action. I thank you for your time and your interest in Iowa General Fund revenue. Goodbye, and please check out the next monthly video memo in early December.